George Square in Glasgow. The start of stage one of the OVO Energy Tour of Britain. 201.5 kilometres awaited the riders as they rolled out of the city has last hosted the European Championships in 2018. 3 iceberg sprints for the red jersey awaited the riders along the route. 3 Skoda King of the Mountains. After a flurry of attacks, it was James Fouché of Wiggins LaCole that eventually took a group clear that also contained Gediminas Bagdonas, Rory Townsend of Canyon DHB, Connor Dunn of Israel Cycling Academy, and Dries de Bont of Corendon Circus. Just as the express train was leaving the station, Jacob Scott of Swift Carbon Pro Cycling attacked from the peloton and got himself onto the back of the breakaway group. The first objective of the day was the iceberg intermediate sprint in Kilmarnock at 157.9 kilometres to go. It was Dries de Bont that started his sprint. He was being challenged by Gediminas Bagdonas of AG2R Le Mondial, but de Bont taking the first bonus seconds and bonus points ahead of Bagdonas, with Rory Townsend, the Irish rider from Canyon DHB, that missed out on the maximum points, taking third on this occasion. Onto the King of the Mountains climb down Mellington, 6.1 kilometres in length. At the summit, Jacob Scott, who challenged for the King of the Mountains jersey 2 years ago, took another 6 points ahead of Fouché, Townsend, de Bont and Bagdonas. The peloton were in full flight. They had just one objective left. That would be the Category 3 climb of the King of the Mountains. It was a beautiful day and a historic one as they went past Dundrennan Abbey and headed towards Kirkcudbright. Jake Scott, maximum points on his day out in the breakaway, taking 4 points ahead of de Bont. Fouché and Townsend were not far behind them. The breakaway was now down to just 3 riders. De Bont and Scott attacked. That was enough for the New Zealand national champion. De Bont was last man standing for Corendon Circus. He had his team leader, Mathieu van der Poel, one of the favourites for the stage. It was now down to a bunch sprint. Mitchelton Scott were trying to set things up for Matteo Trentin through 1 kilometre to go, and it was Armin Grøndal Jansen that hit the front for Jumbo-Visma, with Mike Turnison right on the wheel. As the sprint opened up, Trentin was looking calm, had a glance over the top, but Groenewegen was the man who was poised and ready. Trentin made his move. Groenewegen came off the wheel. Van der Poel was up there as well. But the 1, 2, 3, the stage belonged to Dylan Groenewegen, with Chimolai and Trentin making the podium. Confirmation of your stage result from Glasgow to Kirkcudbright. Dylan Groenewegen takes it from Chimolai and Trentin. Van der Poel, Swift, Valet, Tronson, De Bois, Bostock and Modolo, your top 10. Onto the podium, Dylan Groenewegen, a sight that we have seen many times in the Tour of Britain, and I'm sure it's not the last visit to the podium this year for the Jumbo-Visma man. The general classification going into stage 2, Dylan Groenewegen now leads Rory Townsend by 3 seconds. Chimolai at 4 with Bagdonas, de Bont, Trentin, Van der Poel, Swift, Valet and Tronson. The top 10 all within 10 seconds.